Nowadays, life is intertwined with technology. Let's figure it out. Welcome to Life, Tech, and Sundry. Hi there. Sorry for butting into the podcast. So, this podcast is brought to you by Anchor. And I just want to promote Anchor for all the listeners out there. What is Anchor, you say? Anchor is free. Okay? Totally free. So don't need to worry about that. What else? Anchor has basically all the creation tools that you'll need and you want to kickstart that podcast that you've been dreaming all this time. It helps it get it on the road. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Anchor takes care of that too. So you just have to create an account, start recording, and edit everything within the Anchor ecosystem. That makes things a lot more easy. Start creating. You can download the app too, may that be on Apple or Android. There's no bias there. If you want to get working on your computer, you can always go to anchor.fm. Again, the website is anchor.fm. Creating your podcast has never been easier. Thanks. Back to the show. Previously on Life, Tech, and Sundry. I don't know, it was a college student. Wanted to know if there was a soda in stock by his soda machine, but he didn't want to go physically there. So what did he do? He put in sensors in the soda machine and connected it via the internet so that he can just have a web connected to a web address. He can go to the website and say yes or no, and that's it. That way he doesn't waste his time going down to the soda machine. Now,
so what happens if he's on his way to the soda machine and someone buys the last soda?
Oh well, he just
he gets an alert.
That was
he gets an alert
out of stock.
He's like, oh.
Out of stock.
Oh
no.
But this was in the 80s, so I don't think there were smartphones. He could just go in once and probably read it via CMD command prompt, and that's it. He wouldn't be at the computer.
So wait, Marcos. Let me ask you this: what do you think deep learning is?
That's what I was talking to everyone before. That it's a part, a potential component of AI. And now, back to the show. That it's basically a yes and no input data that computers, software, algorithms can process data and I wouldn't say spit out, but output solutions that are very accurate to what we wanted to investigate. And people are making markets. Deep learning, like a lot of data inputs.
No.
Okay, so I don't know.
So deep learning is when if you just sit down really deeply and just think and you learn something, that's deep learning.
But how deep?
Like meditation? Like you meditate, you reflect?
I think he's
even deeper than that. You gotta be like your butt gotta be through the hole.
Wait, what? What?
No,
that sounds weird. I don't want to do deep learning.
Nice. In reality, though, deep learning is
all these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle.
So deep learning is basically it's so like you have AI, which I said is like the very general term when we go into this, and then there's machine learning.
Who decided that?
You did, Mark. Oh. And then machine learning is the general term of like how machines learn from data. So deep learning is just one.
Are you challenging me?
So deep learning is just one of those things that is basically a tech. No, what, Marcus?
Yeah, wait.
It's like what I'm trying to say is like it's the actual technique of you creating these models, of you designing the algorithm of it. So deep learning was based off of how a human thinks. So like I don't know if you've heard of like neural networks.
Nope.
So basically it's this very complicated, very complicated. It is very complicated.
Shall we ask
A
Google?
technique to perform machine learning inspired by our brain's own network of neurons.
So it mimics how neurons flow in a human.
Yeah,
Human,
it does.
exclusively human, or any animal?
No, it's based off of a human brain.
Oh,
Isn't that what they're trying to? Isn't that what Elon Musk is trying to do with his the new company he's trying to develop with connecting the computer chip to the brain, to the little mouse's brain?
No, it's already what they're doing with their Tesla cars. Remember how I said they learn how the layout of a road is? They do it through
Right.
okay. So it's a
Like-
very complex algorithm, basically.
It's so
specifically
complicated that I'm still confused.
It's not so much an algorithm. It's like it's being able to create
It's deep learning.
different connections with each data, and then finally making one solid answer, or even multiple answers. Actually, it's so complicated that your output can they have layers. It's so annoying.
Like an
I should
onion.
pass on this. They have layers of like an onion. Yeah, they have layers where like each layer can have an answer for different scenarios.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so is that deep learning or is that something else?
No, that is deep learning.
So basically,
So,
it's
like,
an
we
onion
have-
with different
they can-
layers
Deep learning is
That-
the entire onion.
that is set for a while and grew roots.
Basically.
So deep learning is the entire onion, and then the different
Yeah, but like
components.
imagine this like this is like it's like one layer can have the actual algorithm with I don't know, deciding which number this picture is, and then one layer could be like a set of different hyperparameters that you set on, and it just keeps on going further and further down.
It just depends on the variables that or the different scenarios that it counters.
Yeah,
Like like temperature.
So you
and
have
this can get very complicated very quickly.
so you have 2 onions, and you want to.
So, are you hungry, Marcus? Or do you need your message?
No, wait. It's an
Do you have
onion within an onion.
Onionception.
There you go.
Yeah, I wish I could send you a picture of it, but it's
Of the
very
onion?
complicated. Of the
Yeah.
onion, yeah. No, because like the way they describe it, they have different nodes, and these nodes are connected to each other, but it's so vast, so complicated. But it's like what Marco said. It's like how if you ever look at a picture of a brain, you can see the neurons
Mhm.
all connected together like that. That's exactly what deep learning creates. Is all these different connections through the neurons.
Like all
And
those
that's what they
squares.
call it,
That sounds like That sounds like what my
Huh?
friend does at over at the lab. He works on synapses. So what they try to do is like they cut the brain in like really thin layers, like super microscopic layers,
Like
to try
ham?
to see if they can map out. Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
They so
Oh,
what they do is
For science.
no. Yeah, they basically do that in order for
science,
them to make maps to see how. Yeah, well, that's what they do. That's what he does because he works on synapses. So he looks at all these electrical like wiring for your brain, and they're trying to basically map out how your brain functions and does
Physically,
things.
como se ve. I mean,
Yeah,
And-
hold up. Give me a minute. I'll be back.
Sure.
he needs to go
So
get
that's
a brain.
that's
brain
what he
example.
works on.
And an onion.
That's what he works on,
Mm.
and it sounds really interesting, but at the same time, it's like, bruv, that sounds crazy. You're gonna like slice up a brain like that thin, like paper, like thinner than paper, and to just try to map out and get a better understanding that of must how be the hard. brain functions. But again, I mean, that's why I did cooking, and I didn't do too much of that.
But that's why we got an onion.
The only
Shrek
thing that you
was-
cut was
yes.
like the onion.
Yeah.
Wait, so the Yeah, Josue no, went right? to get an onion? He probably went to go get the notes.
and an
man.
onion.
And the onion.
He's like, my eyes.
Oh,
we hear
man.
that distance. My eyes. So I feel like we should go to the food and that onion. I mean the question that I wanted to ask about the food.
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask about that steak, bro.
I am. My question my question is that in your opinion that you were saying, what does each level of cooking say of an individual? Is it like
I'm
the
back.
handwriting?
Hello, sir.
What are we talking about?
Steak.
And
it sounds
Oh.
delicious.
so I was
I
saying,
know.
remember how there used to be like I think it's still active, the criminal of psychological evaluation of people's handwriting. Is there something equivalent to that when
Good
you
Well,
ask
question.
I
for
don't
your
think it's. I don't think that's that deep, but
at least
it
8
does
ounces?
no, but it does. It I guess it
I like
it
the
kind of
touchy.
shows.
Yeah.
There you go. I think it just goes to show a person if they know obviously how to order food one, but if they're the type of person that um that I guess you can say values the actual piece of meat that they're about to eat, or in this case a steak, because cooking it well done, basically you're eating a wallet at that point.
Yeah.
Like it, the steak becomes tough. Yeah, it really it becomes tasteless because you basically cook the meat to the point where it becomes unedible to a certain degree. Where if you ask for it medium well,
Yeah.
medium
Chewy,
rare
rough, hard.
or rare, like there other people ask for it purple, I guess you can call it. Uh,
There's there, you can order that purple.
well, it's basically. This might sound crazy. They'll just grill market for you, and they'll try to serve it. I mean, not every place does that, just because sanitary reasons and regulations on how they serve food.
Purple, really?
They don't want people to get sick. But there's people that tend to order the rare, the better, just because they actually get to taste the actual food. It might there are a couple of people that might think, well, it's the taste of blood that attracts them, or whatever
What?
the case is,
Nani?
or other people that really just like the subtle softness of the actual steak. It's not as hard to chew, and you I guess you could say you can serve the natural flavor of the actual meat, and people personally like that. Again, I don't think that it goes too much into the person's psyche and how that person thinks if he orders a steak compared to well done to medium rare or something of that nature. But I mean, it goes to show you that how that person, uh, how they enjoy their food. A person might want to fight with their food and get a well done steak.
I thought
And-
it would take down the animal and then eat it
I-
basically from a slice.
Right. And there's right. And unless you're a psychologist and you look too much into those type of things, or people that I don't know, people that are like that like to look into like horoscopes and stuff like that. They'll look at a person and be like, "Oh,
Nah,
very
they have a
judgy. Oh,
good,
you
good
order your
jaws.
steak.
That's what it is.
Well done.
Well done.
You must be a sick person or something like that in your mind."
Alongside
Or-
reading the tea leaves.
Right. I mean, you can get superstitious with it, but like I guess you can say for people in the kitchen, when you hear someone order their food, you tend to think of them as a person that doesn't know how to eat, doesn't
just
know how
say,
to eat well.
Does it?
Well, the person doesn't know how to eat well, or how to order a steak, cooked to the proper temperature to get the best result. In the sense of like you actually taste food, you taste the steak the way it's supposed to be cooked, full flavored. It's slightly what's it called, pink in the middle, and it just tastes a lot better that way.
And in
of
your opinion,
course,
which
you're,
one would
you're
be
taught
that?
that way. You're taught that way in class.
Oh,
Sure.
Like you cut, G.
There you go. I got it.
Good for you, buddy.
But please go on.
But I have I do have a little curveball for you there. See, I think one reason you got what? One thing I was gonna mention about the well done steak is that sometimes I think people order it because it's like they see it almost like chicken. You know, like chicken, you want to be well cooked
Or
because
squid.
you don't want to get sick.
My answer to that would be this: because we live in the States, FDA is very strict about how food should be served. Which, I mean, I get it. You're trying to be safe, not sorry. But again, the reason why you're taught this way in culinary classes, again, we go back to rules and regulations. Now, if we were to go to a different country, the rules and regulations of each country differ. We can say, and we can take Japan as an example again, where over there it's not crazy to see, and not all places, but there's certain places where they'll serve you raw chicken, and it's yeah, and it's perfectly fine to eat. Just like over here, you probably have heard of this or eaten this tartar of meat. It's raw meat.
Isn't that a British thing?
Tartar.
Really?
Yeah.
They eat it in Europe, whether it be
Well,
French
yeah.
or in
I think it's
Britain.
my bad.
But again, you can say, well, sushi. Yeah, it's sushi grade fish. And you can eat it because it's that quality of the actual fish is sushi
It's
grade.
that good.
Right. You can. There's certain ingredients that are the quality are very high,
Mhm.
and you can eat it raw. I mean, there's people that and probably you've seen this in I don't know, what was it, like Rocky movie where Rocky drinks 2 whole eggs from the and they're raw. Again,
He
there's
goes
certain,
hard.
yeah, there's certain countries that you see that and you're like, oh no, you're not supposed to do that. And there's other countries where it's like, no, it's perfectly fine. Or they'll drink milk right out of the cow's udder,
Oh yes.
not pasteurized. You know, so rules and regulations differ from country to country, and there's different grades of different qualities of ingredients in different countries where
Yes, normal.
people tend to eat it as is or differently. Over here, we have FDA that regulates the temperature, danger zone, the way it should be cooked, and a lot of places need to abide by these rules. But there's certain places where they don't.
They go through
And-
the danger zone.
Oh well, temperature danger zone just has to do with the temperature of a certain meat, like
For bacteria
chicken.
to grow, right?
Yeah. So chicken over here is 165 degrees in order for it to be considered edible, cooked properly. A
Yes.
steak, you have an option of getting it, different temperatures. Where pork, 145. Same thing with fish, 145, and around there. You don't want to overcook your fish either, because then you have a shrunken rubbery mess on your hands. So again, over here we tend to see sushi, and not a lot of people say, "Oh, sushi is my thing," because they don't like the raw sensation or they don't like raw anything, and they prefer it to be cooked. Same thing with beef or pork or chicken. But
Mm.
I mean, other countries they tend to find it okay with certain ingredients or certain items to not cook it, and it's perfectly fine to them. I mean, it also comes down to personal preference. You're gonna, if you do a bit of traveling, you're gonna find that you're gonna confront an ingredient or a flavor profile that you're not gonna agree with or you're not gonna like, and out of respect of the people that are sharing the food with you, you might have to swallow that. Take that bullet for the
Bull-
team and taste something you might not like.
Like in
And,
our culture,
Like you cut G.
like in
Right,
our
it's-
culture, we have crickets.
Yeah, there you go. That's a pre-Hispanic type of ingredient that,
High in
Meant to be
protein.
delicious.
yeah, it's pre-Hispanic. It was used before Columbus and Cortez and all these other conquistadores, came over and brought, disease. Right. But I mean, I don't know. Depending on the person, you tend to ask what you want to eat, and I don't know if I answered your question,
Bacon, egg, and
guys,
cheese.
or if I
Medium rare.
if I helped out in any way. I mean, please let me know if. But Israel, was that suffice of
No, yeah. No, I'm just simply just would mentioning that why some people, order maybe they order their steak well done, just simply because of that, thinking of chicken.
Oh, okay,
That's all.
okay.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh,
I think
It's cool.
No,
I
no,
think
no.
it
Now
all-
I
I
remember
think it
what I
all
was gonna
stems-
say.
I was gonna say like it all stems back to
Like you cut G.
Now I remember an extra, I guess you could say,
An extra serving.
side note. No, not a side note that I remember, and this has to do with something I remember a coworker um that lived through the situation back in the day. I want to say like in the 80s. There was a outbreak of mad cow disease in the beef
Yes,
in,
I remember.
in the United
Mhm.
States.
Wasn't that the 90s?
Oh wait, I thought that was E. coli.
That's
Oh,
a different
that's
one.
like
No,
in
no, no.
2000s,
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
different one.
Yeah, it's different.
The 80s,
So
I
there
think, was in England.
No, it came here too. It was with the letters, right?
No, it was here.
No, time period.
No, Well,
no,
the
wait,
point
is
is
the lettuce E. coli too?
Yes.
the lettuce sequel. Yeah. No, the point was that in that time period, the beef industry had gone through a situation where uh mad cow disease was running rampant, and a lot of people were getting sick eating beef, and they had to euthanize a lot of cows. I believe,
Damn.
if I
So
if,
wait,
memory serves.
they were getting beef from beef.
You're gonna
They-
eat from beef.
no. Well, the mad cow disease, what happened would affect the cow to such a degree where when you, as a human being, consumed it, it would make you sick and potentially could kill somebody if unchecked. So a lot of people in that era, um, kind of like stopped eating beef cold turkey. They stopped. They were like, no. And one of my coworkers was one of these people that said, after that mad cow disease situation, I stopped eating meat, and they became a straight up vegetarian.
And then E. coli came.
No, not E. coli. There are a lot of other things that came after, but this is one of the reasons why people and and not just this situation, but a lot of people tend not to eat meat in such a raw state, like medium, well, or something like that,
Ooh.
and they tend to ask
So-
for their steak cooked, fully.
Fully.
Wallet.
well
Give me a
done.
wallet,
So
please.
then-
Let me
so then
let
what-
me get a belt or something.
So then, like for example, what makes tartar edible? Is it the way that they're prepared with, I don't know, the sauce or whatever? Or is
It's
it-
the grade of meat.
Okay.
So it's the grade of actual ingredient, that it's a high quality grade. That's why you only get a little bit.
No,
If you-
That
if
too.
you
That
notice-
too. Yeah.
What do you mean? The
Yeah, if
grade?
you
Like,
notice
is it
it.
like an A5 type of grade?
Exactly.
And
That
nothing
it's a
less.
special, it's a special type of meat where it's done in such a way where it's a high quality, and it's untainted to a certain extent, where you can eat it raw and it doesn't affect you in like with like a E. coli or salmonella or something like that.
So then that's also why it costs so much, because they need that high quality beef.
Right. It's also the reason why sushi tends to be expensive, like good sushi. Not what we come to know and think about sushi as being
Like
sushi.
gas station
Like
sushi.
shiki
Like
sushi?
like sashimi sushi.
Or gas
Oh.
station sushi.
Yeah, if you go to the gas station, you're looking
Yeah,
to get
no.
a tummy ache.
No,
you
the
know?
only thing I'm going to a gas station for is to use the bathroom and gas. That's it.
There you go.
And coffee.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
I don't know about the coffee. Man.
I don't even know about the tea, and the tea comes like prepackaged.
Boiled water.
Let me get 2 hard-boiled eggs, and a drink.
Oh no!
And then
And
walk
a
out
hot
with
dog.
like
Bathroom pass.
walk out with a sausage, a pretzel, and
What?
some salt,
See,
some
I've
Japanese
never
peanuts.
trusted those, like especially like the hot dogs.
Oh,
in the
those hot
roller.
dogs.
Even in 7-Eleven, I never trust them.
What are you
Absolutely
talking
delicious,
about?
I'm
right?
afraid to say
Yeah.
that I did have my share of hot dogs from gas station,
And pizza.
but
And pizza.
in my defense,
pizza?
in my defense, 3
That's-
o'clock in the
that's
morning,
not
I was drunk as a skunk. So
That's
You
a
did not
valid
make
point
good
right there.
decisions.
You're like
He's like,
walking,
yo.
walking in the darkness. And you're like, oh.
they were good.
It's
The
like,
hot dogs were
ah.
good.
How was it? Jose?
It's like at
He's
that
like,
point.
ah,
It's like
And
at
then
that
all of
point
a
you don't
sudden-
even know.
Yeah, I don't-
and then but like in his stomach, he was just like,
Right.
That's what happens.
Oh, and I think what people also forget to or fail to realize is that when like something like ceviche, you're cooking the fish with the actual acidity
the
of the actual
lemon, yeah.
lemon or lime.
But what's
So-
the difference? Acidity versus flame power.
Well, just
You're cooking it in a different way,
yeah,
but it's still getting cooked.
like the lemon kills the whatever the bacteria or
salmonella.
yeah
Acidity, yeah.
kills this
Mm.
stuff.
yeah,
I mean, it just that's what it says
It can
cooks.
also kill salmon.
I mean, you have to
yeah.
remember it changes.
It cooks the germs away.
Yeah, it changes the color of the fish,
Yeah.
so it gets cooked.
It goes
Yeah,
from red to white.
Right. You could see how it actually becomes opaque, and it becomes cooked in that sense. But I mean that's another cooking technique you can call it. Right, cook it different ways. Yeah,
Just drop the lime juice on it.
Oh,
there you go.
Yep.
This is the reason why if you ever get a cut on your finger or something, and you're eating something with lemon or lime, and you get a little bit of that juice, the lemon juice or lime juice in that cut, bro, it stings.
But does it mean
Hurts.
it's safe? That it makes it safe? Now that's my question.
Safe to eat.
No,
No.
it's like to apply lemon
What?
to a cut.
No, disinfecting it with
Oh, I mean, if you don't
acidic.
have alcohol, bro, I guess.
Yeah, it's better than using
well,
like licking it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Turns out that there's a certain property with saliva.
I think I'd rather
Huh?
use the lemon than my saliva.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Right, especially in this times, my
Yeah.
friend. I think you're better off with the
Squish the
lemon
lemon.
than your own spit. Bro.
One
So you wanna try to-
Like you cut, G.
You're trying to lick the COVID on your hand.
No. So, I feel like that's a good closing segment of the food,
Sure.
All right.
and we should start the anime section. The anime section. God darn it! Quiet, sheep.
One more thing.
What'd you say?
Wait, what?
Like you cut, G.
Anyways, so we're gonna go. I muted him. So, anyways,
Oh no.
it's like I cannot be stopped. I see you trying to talk, Jose. It's not gonna work. Are you done? You done, Jose?
No.
He's back.
Yo, he's back.
It's like,
Oops.
it's like I think you gave Marcos too much power with the muting.
But yeah, anyways. So, anime? Isra,
Yes.
you're on the spotlight.
Oh boy. So what do you want me to say about
Wait, did we
anime?
give him a list?
What do you want to know?
Well,
Ask me.
Top 5 animes, and then what are you watching currently? And
Oh, don't do me like that.
oh,
Top 5s. Oof.
Like you cut, G.
Number 1. I mean, not number 1. I would just list them.
oh
no,
yeah, just listen. You don't have to say which ones are the
In
best
no
or not the
particular
best.
Okay,
order.
okay.
Yeah, you don't have to go to.
I'll say Overlord.
Okay,
Demon Slayer.
right.
Sword Art Online.
Okay.
I love Gate. Gate is
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice.
Oh yeah, Gale.
Gate one.
Yeah.
I gotta rewatch it.
Goblin Slayer. That's it.
Oh, dope.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Nice.
Goblin Slayer.
Have you watched the movie?
Yeah.
Came
Oh
out
yes,
for it.
100%. I watched it twice already.
Nice.
And
So
he
I
saw
brought money down already.
he saw it raw.
I watched it twice. So
Nice,
and
bro.
currently watching Noblesse. It's called Noblesse.
Noblesse.
Yeah, Noblesse.
Oh.
I thought it was noblesse.
Noblesse.
Like nose.
Well, yeah. I don't know how you say it, but yeah, I'll say Noblesse.
Wait, do you like
Me neither. Me neither. I have no clue.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Have you seen Konosuba?
Konosuba.
What?
No. What is that one?
Oh, well,
Oh. Oh.
Marco tends to forget that, like his niche type of anime that he likes.
I haven't
everybody,
said anything about Keijo, so
oh, you're so
Konosuba. Let me see.
have you seen
Oh,
Keijo?
have you seen have
We're
you
gonna start
seen-
blasting. This is the blast zone.
Yeah. No, but like since you watched Noblesse, have you seen God of High School?
God of High School.
Go,
I think
for
I
sure.
watched like the first episode, but the thing is that it's just I have so many things going on. I haven't gotten
Right.
around. Still trying to catch up with Attack on Titan, Fire Force.
Okay.
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 We
Right.
have. Is it wrong to try to pick up a girls in the dungeon?
Danmachi.
Is that what it's
Right,
called?
right.
All right.
He's like, that's not the
For
title.
sure.
We'll go with
I'll
it.
go with it.
For sure.
Black
Yeah.
Clover. I mean, same thing. I'm trying to catch up with that. That one's like I have too many episodes. I cannot catch up with.
Oh, I'm already caught up.
It's
Are
like
you?
Naruto.
Yes, there's too
Yeah,
many
I
episodes. I mean, I
recommend
love it, but it's so that's why
Work first.
I gotta make the money first.
In order to
Yes,
even be able to
right.
watch. Yeah, I understand. We're just grilling you to be, for content.
Yeah, but there's so many good ones out there, and those are the only ones that I can name. I'm sure I'm missing a lot. A lot better ones. So I mean, what was it?
Have you seen High School DxD?
That's-
Which one?
I guess that's a no.
No, I didn't hear you.
No, you didn't.
I didn't hear you.
High School DxD. Salutations, Marcos here. This is a message to all the listeners out there. There are links in the show notes for our Twitter, email, and even show notes. Any questions or ideas for the podcast can be sent via these links. Now, back to our regularly scheduled podcast.
No,
Yep.
no.
What about a sister's all you need?
A sister, all you need. I don't know. That sounds a little bit kind of weird. A little weird.
So you don't remember the one that Ero Manga Sensei? Haven't you seen that? Have you seen that one?
No, you know what? The thing is that some of your titles are different from the titles that I read. So maybe I don't know. I have to see the
High School of the Dead.
High School of the Dead.
That one's good.
No,
That
Tower
one was
of
I'm
good.
God.
writing some of the stuff right here. I'm making a new
Oh, no.
list.
What about
There you go.
Tower of God?
Tower of God, yes. I have watched Tower of God. That was pretty good. That's pretty good.
I gotta go back to read.
That one's pretty good.
One Punch Man.
One Punch Man, I mean, I saw that.
He finished there one punch.
Yeah, One Punch. Actually, I did binge watch that One Punch Man. I'm not gonna lie.
Called it.
As soon as I found
Also
out, I was
called
like,
it.
oof. One day.
I need to pick up that
Oh,
phone.
what about this is a new one. Misfit of the Demon King Academy.
Yes, I have watched that one.
That was
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Or the regular at Magic School.
The regular. I have watched that one too. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
That's good
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Nice.
I mean, like I said, there's
Very
a
nice.
couple ones that are pretty good. I mean, what was it? Reborn as a Slime. That one's pretty good too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, oof, that's great.
Did they make another? They're making another season.
Alan shared the
Yes.
trailer.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
They came out with a couple
I should.
episodes, but I'm still waiting for
Oh.
more.
Yes.
Oh, what about Rent a Girlfriend?
I put it in my watch list, but I haven't got to it yet. I don't know. Sounds a little bit outside my
Cup
Yeah.
of tea.
I don't know.
What about
You
like
have
a
to
comfort
remember that
zone.
sometimes I'm watching stuff and my wife is right next to me. So, you know,
I feel
if
like
she
I
sees me
feel like
watching
that's
that, she'll be like, "Yeah, you're trying to tell me something."
You know?
I feel
what
like
about,
that's this is makes your relationship even stronger. Like just
What?
watch some Eromangas and say watch some High School DxD. Well,
Don't take any advice from Marco.
No.
watch
Please.
some
What about,
Rosario Vampire.
No,
Oh,
no.
No.
What about, have you watched the Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai?
Yes,
That's funny.
I had to stop.
That
I
was
watched a
good.
couple episodes, but I had to stop because, like I said,
Because your
yeah.
wife was there.
She was like, "What?" She's like looking at me weird. I
The
was
hell
like,
you
"Why did I
watching?
marry you in
Well,
the
it's
first
not-
place?" I'm like,
It's
"Yeah."
Well,
anime.
it's not really. It's not really erotic that much.
Yeah, but they get the wrong
Wait.
idea. I mean,
you
Wait.
Oh yeah,
you made it
Wait,
to
was-
the first 5 minutes when he's in the library and there's a bunny girl.
yeah.
So wait, Isra, is your wife not does she approve of you watching anime, or
What-
does she like watching it with you, or
she approves
Or
with me
forcibly
while
watches
watching it, and that's basically it. I mean, I got to Comic
She-
Con
Okay.
by myself. So,
Oh, no.
oh, but now you can go with us.
oh, you guys go? Oh
Yeah.
shoot, then yeah,
I
Remember,
haven't
we were
gone.
making plans. Remember back in the day,
Wow.
2015,
Oh, man.
100%.
We went
Oh
one
yeah,
day
the one where I said I was gonna go but didn't go at all.
because you were stuck at school.
I'm in.
Yeah,
Yeah, that-
I suck.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I mean life. I understand. Life happens.
I'm in. I'm definitely
Yeah,
in.
like COVID.
The Fire Nation.
Right. But yeah, no. So that was just a quick question I wanted to ask, because it seems to me like when you make that, you take that,
He's like, listen,
make
my
that,
wife is right there.
yeah, it's like you make that firm decision of marrying someone, and you have likes and dislikes that you both agree and
Yes.
disagree about. But that's very cool that she's cool with you watching anime. And I'm pretty sure you also curate what you watch. You don't want to like watch something
wait.
inappropriate and
Yeah, no,
make her
100%.
feel uncomfortable.
So like, let me ask you
Hmm.
this: it's not anime related, but like, what about vice versa? Does she have like something that she likes, and you're like, yeah, why did I marry you again?
yes, yes. I actually.
Oh, that's interesting.
I watch. I went to the movies to watch. Not even the movies. We watch it here at home. It was Sex in the City, the movie 2. Oh my
Nope.
god! Until this day, that's time that I will never get back of my life. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
That's true. That's a fact.
I mean, I can see why girls love it. It's just not. It's not me.
did you go with
He's
your,
like, but I'm
with your
not
wife?
Yeah, no.
Did you go with your wife to see what is it? 20 something Shades of Grey?
Oh no.
50 Shades.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Did she go to the movie? Did you read the book?
She actually went with Monse to
There's a
watch
book?
it. I think. Yeah, the original books.
It's a spin-off
Yeah.
series to Twilight.
Who writes
Really?
this stuff?
Yeah, a girl
No.
wrote it.
They sold so many copies of that book. There's two.
They sold
there are
out.
3 books. No, two, 3 books.
Yeah, it sold out. It sold as much or more, I think, than Harry Potter's entire series.
No way. No way.
Wow.
Yo, fact check that, Josue, for me. That sounds
see.
wild. I thought SpongeBob was better than all that.
Like, do, do, do. Walking down the beach. Do, do, do.
Oh man.
I mean, I can see why. Like I said, it's just some people like them.
It's a niche.
Yeah.
It's a niche. It's niche.
Wow.
I mean,
product.
myself.
But like,
Why do people buy this?
so Isra, just like has your wife ever like taken the time to sit down with you and watch an episode to like really just enjoy an episode or a show with you like that?
Yep.
Or
We have a lot.
has she been like more like
Which one have
we
you
have
seen
a
with your
couple
wife?
things that we watch. I mean, mostly, let's say the Big Bang Theory, some of those kind of shows. But if anything is more
okay.
like anime, as closer as we got, then it will be the it's called
Gate?
no, it's called Tokyo Stories. Oh no, wait, the Neverland. She loved it.
No,
Promise?
The Promised Land.
Promised
Yes,
Neverland.
the Promised Land.
That's a soap opera right there, and in a good one. Anime in
she
general
loved
are
it.
soap
What are you talking
opera.
about? Kids die.
But it was good. What can you say?
Haven't you seen the Count
That's
of,
why.
Haven't you seen the Count of Monte Cristo?
No, I don't think
What?
she will go
No.
for that though. Yeah.
Oh, one at Steins Gate.
No, I'm
no.
telling you, that's the
No, I
only thing
see that
that
from-
she went for. And what was the other thing that she watched with me that she actually enjoyed?
Goblin Slayer.
No, not Goblin Slayer.
What?
What was the other thing? It's
Well,
a
have you-
Netflix
have you
story.
introduced her to,
Not Netflix story. Stories.
Have you introduced her to the one you said you're watching, Noblesse?
No, she will never watch it. She will never watch.
I mean, I don't know. I don't.
No,
know.
see,
I haven't watched it.
the only
What was it about Promised Neverland that I guess you could say attracted her?
first of all, we kind of made
Murder.
a bet and she lost. Like, so we were supposed to like pick the show, and she watched the first episode, and I mean, that was my third time watching it. So
Oh wow.
she's like, I'm like, you're gonna really like it. And she's like, okay, whatever. And she watched.
She
the
was
whole
crying by
episode,
the end.
first episode, and she was like, okay, play the next one. And probably we played like 4 episodes that night. And the next day we pretty much we killed it. We watched the whole thing. The rest. So she
Did you guys sit down with popcorn and just watch it
no, it was more like
with a teddy bear?
It was no. It was more like the Cito in hand.
it was more
There
like
you
the
go.
sit on hand. Yes. Yeah. No, but that's the
Oh.
only thing she likes. Like after that happened, I know what she likes and I know what she doesn't like. And I mean, I wouldn't do that to her because I
Right.
enjoy it. She doesn't enjoy it, so I'm not gonna put her to something like that. So she, let's say if she's watching a show that she likes, I'll do something else. Either I'll read a book, but I'm right next to her, or I'm doing like a couple things on my phone. But
watching.
sometimes I'm watching anime right next to her.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh man, that's
Do you
the
have
life.
Do you have headphones on?
Yes, I do.
Or do you?
I do.
Oh,
He's like, I can't have it all.
with Kate.
Well, I do have one.
It's like noise canceling.
No, I do have one like 1 ear, on, and the other one doesn't.
Oh yeah, free.
Yeah, in case he says something,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you gotta be alert. Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
You don't want to get a pillow in the
Yeah.
face. You know,
No, but she's
like, what do you mean you're not listening to me?
no, but she's pretty good.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, she's pretty good with that. She's pretty good with that.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's cool that you guys are understanding between each other like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Solo communication.
I mean, yes,
Definitely.
even in anime taste and in soap opera taste.
So, Isra, would you ever consider going to Japan
Yes.
and indulging a little bit?
You didn't,
Yeah,
finish
he
the question. You didn't finish the question.
indulging in a little bit of
Yes.
like anime.
He heard go to Japan. You're like, yes.
I mean, no, you.
So we're
Uh-huh.
so let's go. Let's
Believe it
go.
or not, even my wife, she's already like in. She will go.
Oh
Yep,
yeah.
she will go.
Oh, that's
She
what's up.
loves to travel. That's one thing. Especially Japan. And we do have another friend that she wants to go. Like, so she said that as soon as we book the trip to Japan, she's like, I'm in. I'm like, okay.
He's like, I got the
Excellent.
money reserved and everything. I just need you to go.
Right. So, Isa, so basically, for the longest time, I guess, since we started,
Even
talking
before our podcast.
right. So, for the longest time, we've been talking about planning or trying to figure out how the hell we're going to get all of us into one plane and going to Japan.
Well, that's easy. Just book it. That's it.
No,
Just book the
well,
inside
the-
plane.
Just
no,
click.
more so about the timing wise, because so we're still in
Oh.
school. Marcos would have to also
Save
come
up.
with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously that would probably be the hurdle right there. Save up, because I would want him to go with Misa as well if possible, because Marquitos probably would feel more comfortable if Misa would go with him. I think.
Yes. And
then-
I've asked Mason. He wants to go.
Right, and then we spoke to Elaine and to Monse as well, and they said they're down. And then Edgar and myself, like, we already went, but we want to go again.
Nice.
So, yeah. So, and now that would be, and your wife and the friend, that would be like, how can we
That'd
get
be half
all
the
ourselves?
plane.
Okay, we
It's
get-
like,
yeah, 'cause
it's like Home Alone, but everyone goes.
right. It's like they're spacing out the seats, so I'm pretty sure we would be half the plane.
And then next we invite Rafa, and then we go.
No.
Well, I'm pretty sure Rafa would want to go.
I mean, the thing is that we'll have to be like a day in time, and that's it. We have to set it, and pretty much we have to figure it
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Because if
definitely.
you're gonna start going by, I mean, you don't remember because you weren't there. But I was gonna mention that we tried to do something similar with the whole family to go with to Tio Jesus in Florida.
I was there.
Yeah,
I
you
was
were there.
I,
You were there.
Oh, okay.
I did the
And
Google
that
Docs
was a
like
fiasco.
pricing.
That was I mean, I'm totally.
Logistic
Oh,
wise,
my-
I can imagine.
We were
Yeah.
trying to do. I don't remember what date, and then some people were saying,
I
"No, I
priced
cannot
out
do
vans.
it," and other people say, "I cannot do this. Let's change it for this. Let's change it for that." and then ended up being like, we just cancel it. It was like logistically,
poop
it
show.
was, logistic was forget about it. And then when it came to money wise, like we were planning to rent like a bus,
A van.
yeah, something like a
Or a
bus and
bus,
everything.
yeah. I priced out. I gave options. I even was on
Yeah.
board for this.
We were on board, but it's just too many people were saying, no, that doesn't work with me. You have to change it. But for one person, like the whole entire families had to change their own plans just for one person. And I keep saying, listen,
Interesting.
you have to take one for the team. You cannot make it. Let's make the trip happen.
Right.
You cannot make it. There's nothing we can do, But no, I mean,
No, I
And-
totally get it. Because we actually went. Like, we hopped in the van and we bounced over there. Like, and
Did you plan this like a year, 2 years in advance? These are like nitty gritty.
Hell no. We just went. We were like, it's
Yeah.
summer vacation. Let's go and
Did
go
you
down
go
to
everything
Florida.
with? Oh, okay.
Went to Orlando, and my dad just hit him up. He's like, "Yo, we're in town. Oh, what's up? Yo, let's go." And we met Tio Jesus, and just like that. But then again, it was only my family and a couple other family friends that tagged along. So we went, and he was working at the time at Disney still, inside the actual
On the
park.
park, okay.
So so we actually were able to go in, and he invited us to go eat at a spot. I think it was Gloria Estefan's restaurant.
oh wow, nice.
So we all went over and we ate. It was dope, bro. I really enjoyed it, and again, I was at that point I was still quite young.
He was a
Where-
sapling.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was probably in high school or middle school, like in that transition stage
Yeah,
from middle school
transition
to high
page.
school.
Yeah.
Stage of middle school to high school. So I was still relatively young, and so I didn't really think nothing of it. Like my mind was like, let me get to the park. I'm gonna go ride this the what's it called this ride. Go to this ride. I'm gonna eat this. So my mind wasn't really about like, oh, well, it wasn't. It's crazy to say it like this, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go see Theo. I haven't seen dude for like
Yeah.
years. It was more like, oh, I'm gonna go to this ride. I'm gonna go say what's up to Mickey. Gonna get a kiss from Minnie. You know what I'm saying? And but
It's understandable.
it was really nice to see him.
yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah, but it was really nice seeing Theo because I only heard the myth, the man, the legend, like through stories,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh, I see dude. I'm like, oh,
It's like, wait, you
dude.
exist.
And
You do
like,
exist.
Theo. You're
He's
right.
like,
So you were like
Like you
Santa
could, G.
Claus.
Now, my
Right.
question, and this is like you didn't have control of going to for the trip. What about the Japan trip? What was your technique for that one?
So people.
So my technique was,
booking
No.
the ticket.
but my technique was paying everything off with my credit card points, and it
But for what
basically
was
worked
the
out.
length of that to get there? Do you have like an
Bro,
estimate?
I really just basically had a plan to go to Japan, but it never panned out. Like time wise, logistic wise, like when Edgar and myself were basically free at the same time to go, because my whole thing was I'm planning to go in April. I want to go to basically the cherry blossom season.
Mm. How
Yeah,
was
because I
that?
remember like
Did you make it for that?
20.
I was a little late, but they were still in bloom. So when we went to like the parks out there, they were still in bloom, and it was really nice. I didn't go to Kyoto. I stayed in Tokyo for the whole time, and it was just amazing. The weather was perfect. I think it only rained like maybe once, and it was like towards the end. And the places I did get to visit over there, like we went to Odaiba, we went to Yokohama, we were in Shinjuku, Shibuya, like Ginza, Akihabara. It was
Wow,
dope.
we
Like
went to
the
places.
whole experience. Yeah, no.
In
think
one
about it-
city.
Yeah, no. Think about it like this. It's like, how in New York City we have the boroughs, the 5
Mhm.
boroughs and stuff like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Well, Tokyo is very much the same in that sense, where you have these localized places or these city centers like a Shibuya, like a Shinjuku, like a Ginza, where it's spread out basically relatively the same as a borough, where you're at to a certain degree you're at a train distance or a bus distance to getting from one place to another. And because the train system over there is so
Clean.
I guess you say
Clean.
easy
Clean,
to
yeah. Clean, yeah. Efficient.
yeah,
right?
it's efficient. no, it's
Not
definitely
late all the
efficient.
time.
Right. It's efficient. It's clean, but it's really easy to navigate. So, when
Even
you
though it's
get
in
it,
another language.
you would think that, but everything is color coded and labeled. Like it doesn't
Follow
get
the
any
yellow
easier.
line.
Just follow the instructions.
Definitely.
Follow
Right,
the
right.
red line. Follow the blue.
Reto.
Right. So you go inside and they basically say where they're going, where you are and where you're going in Japanese, Chinese, and English.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you know one of the three languages they're speaking in, so you luck out, and you're like, okay, I know where I'm at. I know where I'm gonna go to next.
It's
And
not
Google
like
Maps
here.
works.
Hey.
Google Map works very well over there, and it's not perfect, but it works well enough where
Mhm.
you won't get lost crazy. And I think the best part of it is that you can put the phone down, which we did. We put our phone in our pocket, and we kind of got ourselves to that point where we asked local people, "Oh,
Where you
hey,
going?
listen,"
Sumimasen.
basically. Like we got proficient at saying "sumimasen."
Sumimasen.
It's like "sumimasen." Tokyo ki wa doko desu ka? It's like we're trying to ask people where the train
Where-
station for
oh.
Tokyo is for like certain places.
Imagine you
And-
said Sumimasen. Fine.
Dude, I'll
Like,
just write it on a piece of paper and show it to the person. I'll be like,
Right.
or print it in
point,
kanji.
please point.
Yeah. And you know what the I think the more interesting part about was it about the whole situation we were in was that because the Olympics were going to be hosted
So we're going to
this-
prepare.
this
In
year.
2020. Oh no.
Right. So the government did a lot of investing in and a big push for the locals that did I guess you could say police work or places where you get a directory or instructions
Yes.
on. So they invested in these places for their personnel to actually learn English or speak English proficiently enough where they can give directions and help you if you need help. And they're even pushing harder now to do it, is what I hear now. I'm hearing from sources that like YouTube videos where a lot of people are getting even more proficient in the language in order for people to facilitate helping out people. This year coming, when the Olympics are going to be hosted, I think in summer, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it was really interesting to go around and eat and basically just have fun over there. It was great. And
Eat, pray, love style.
Definitely, I'm
so
going to go. Definitely
and
gonna go.
going back to the price wise, like so I had time to actually accumulate the points on my credit card in order for me to pay off the plane tickets. So at the end of the day, my out of pocket expense for two round trip tickets from JFK to Narita Airport, and with 2 bags each person, was $50 for each person. So it was $100 out of pocket. It was
For the ticket.
round trip,
Damn.
That's pretty nice.
no stop. It was really good.
That was
'cause
a
it
good
only-
deal.
I only paid taxes. So $50 for Edgar, $50 for me, and it was round trip tickets. Each of us were able to take two luggages, and it was nonstop flight from JFK to Tokyo. And then with the hotel, I paid 50, 50, half with money and half with credit card points. And that came out to be $700 for
Everything.
for about 2 weeks.
That's pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
So the total experience with flights included and the hotel stay was $800. That's it. I thought it was amazing.
No, that's pretty good.
I was like, yo, I got to keep doing this. And and what was the dope part was that because I think the tip was that I heard was when you go out, you don't necessarily have to go eat at all the fancy places. You can definitely like eat around the local places outside of the city center, and you
Like
get
instead of the mall, you would go to a stall
Right,
outside.
you go to the hole in the wall restaurant that you would probably be intimidated to go because you don't know the language, but you go and they treat you really nice, and you get to eat really authentic Japanese food. And
Did you
You
read
get
any
to learn.
reviews online for each of these hole in the walls, or was it a new experience?
No. I mean, me being me, I opened up my phone and see it like, oh, let me see the reviews, but most of them were in different languages. Maybe like one or two were in English. So, and I did get to see a couple of two Mexican restaurants out there. So that was interesting to see.
Yes.
So, yeah, so
Yes.
yeah, definitely. If we're able to all coordinate, hopefully, like I would not be opposed to going again. Like April, because to be quite honest, like weather wise, it would probably be the most ideal. It's not too cold, not too hot, and you get to be like in the cherry blossom season. I guess you can say if we're like early April or whatever. Um, I would definitely be down to go with you guys, and I do have a friend out there that he's really cool peoples, and I want to go visit him again, and hopefully we get to go to places like different places to eat different food, like the Tsukiji market spot, or go to Yokohama, go to their Chinatown over there, which was really really dope, and go to different places like in Ginza to look at the high fashion, or go to Odaiba to go see that big
Gundam.
Gundam robot. So that would be dope.
But I mean, nah, this is I'm just being semantical here. But nah, I'll be quiet. It's not worth it.
What?
Like, but nobody here watches Gundam.
Oh, I mean, a long time ago I watched it, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, but you can go to the places. There's Goku usually in some of these shonen
I'm just
shonen
being. I'm just being,
shops.
my heart.
Yeah, like a Goku. You can pose with Goku doing Kamehameha.
Really?
It's pretty good.
It's funny.
Yeah, it was dope. This is life size Goku.
That is
I would say dodge. What? Boom.
That's funny.
Sensubi.
Seems to be.
Yeah. But you know what
You throw a
another
little
great thing
beam.
about it was like you because everything is so walk friendly, you can walk for hours, and there's going to be a sidewalk. There's no like real impediment where you won't be able to get from point A to point B without walking. You can walk literally. You can walk for like from the farthest points, and you'll find a sidewalk to walk on. As far as my experience goes, that's what Edgar and I saw over there. You can walk and walk and walk, and the portions over there are a little smaller than what we're used to here.
Are they like a
But,
small or a medium over here?
Yeah, they're large as like a medium over here
Yeah.
In clothing or in food? portions?
in food, and their clothing is a little different sizing wise. You might need to size up if you're thinking of buying clothes over there.
Nah, I wouldn't buy clothes. I think you're going over there more for the experience than buying clothes. I mean, in my
Right.
opinion. I mean, I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, like my rule of thumb is that if you're gonna go to a place like Japan, and you know that you might have a function you might want to go be a part of, like say you're gonna go to, I don't know, you get again, this can be like a very niche situation, but you bump into somebody like, yo, let me invite you to one of these places, and like you have to dress to
a
impress
Michelin
over
star
there.
restaurant. Let's say.
Yeah, you want to go to a place, you might want to dress for the part, then you might want to consider buying something. But if you want to take something, you might want to take a nice shirt, a nice tie, nothing fancy, but you might want to be prepared for certain situations. Maybe in Israel's case, maybe you book a nice Michelin star restaurant where maybe you want to go a little bit more spiffy, and you might want to put on the little blazer or something. You can definitely do that, and you wouldn't look out of place. You look like you fit right in. Where you might want to think twice about that when you go to like the ramen spot where you want to just go casual. Or there's a lot of parks out there, even in the big cities. You have little central parks almost at every city center, and you might want to have like your walking clothes, where you have comfortable shoes. You have maybe some sort of jeans or pants that you don't mind getting dirty if you're sitting on the grass or something. Definitely bring sunglasses.
He gets his Timberland boots.
I mean, not necessarily. Unless you're gonna go to a place like going to Mount Fuji, you might want to consider that. Yeah. But I mean, I would say just take comfortable walking shoes. That's one of the biggest things you're gonna need.
Natural and go barefoot.
You could. It's clean enough, but I wouldn't recommend it.
They
Might
point
look like
no,
a weirdo.
no shoes, no shirt, no service.
No service.
Yeah.
Look,
It's like, but
Anyway.
you were asking us to take shoes
They'll
off
kick you
right,
out.
at the door.
I did Big Brian and just jumped the whole no shoes part.
Basically. Anyway.
Yeah, but-
I think
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like we should call it.
And that closes the segment of anime
Like you
stuff.
cut, G.
Thank you.
funny man.
But yeah, so Isra, Josue, Alex. Anyways, Josue,
Oh man,
Alan, Isra,
Yes.
thank you.
No, thank you for the invite.
thank you.
It was good. It's a good time, man. I had fun. Definitely fun. I learned a couple of things, like the onion.
Yeah.
So did I.
I'm still waiting for that picture of the onion, but all right, maybe next time.
Oh, but the deep learning thing.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
I thought that's what you went to get.
Oh no, it's not an onion. It's
It's like a
Friendship
20-page
cake.
report.
It's a friendship
Yeah.
cake.
it's the most. It's like a map, basically.
Oh, I send it. I want to
Oh,
check it
good
out.
lord.
man.
It was in his backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
it.
I think at some point, maybe like after Thanksgiving, maybe we can do a second podcast, but like in person over here at the studio.
At
And
the stu?
Israel, yeah, at the stew. And Israel, we would love to
Oh,
have you
thank
back
you.
for that.
I would love to come by.
And we can definitely buy some food so we can, enjoy a nice good time with some food.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah, Marcos, check your email real quick. I sent you the onion.
It's a picture of an onion.
The onion.
He's
Excellent.
like onion.
All right, guys.
All right. So we'll call it now, guys.
Nice talking to you guys.
There you go.
It's always good.
You
Okay.
too, Israel.
You
And
guys stay safe.
thank you to all of those new listeners, to all those dozens or tens of listeners. Thank you.
In Australia.
In France. No, in Italy. Hopefully in
I said
France
it
as well.
right.
And Germany.
The US.
And Jeremiah.
Nice.
Who's Jeremiah?
Germany.
Germany.
Jumanji.
Sure. And then Canada.
Can't forget.
What about Jeff? You can't forget about Jeff.
And the US, of course. Thank you.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Take care. All right.
This is Marcos.
Yeah.
Take care of the sound.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Later.
Peace. Hi there. Thank you for tuning in to the LTS podcast. All the notes and more can be found in the description. By the way, we have a social media page where content is posted regularly. Feel free to reach out at us through there or via email. Both are found in the description. When you support the show, we have a merch store where you can buy an item that you like. If buying merch is not your thing and you just want to support the show directly, we also have links to those too, if you'd like. Thank you. Also, every comment is really appreciated. Credits in the description as well. Peace.